Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church, and I'm here today to share another word with you, this time from the 62nd Psalm. It's written by David, and it's sort of in the middle of the Psalms. And this one is a really special one, I think. Well, they're all special, but I like this one. Starting with verse 1. Here's what it says: I wait quietly before God, for my victory comes from him. He alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress where I will never be shaken. So many enemies against one man, all of them trying to kill me. To them, I'm just a broken down wall on a tottering fence. They plan to topple me from my high position. They delight in telling lies about me. They praise me to my face, but they curse me in their hearts. Let all that I am wait quietly before God, for my hope is in him. He alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress where I will not be shaken. David is in a situation maybe somewhat like yours or mine, not exactly, but at least symbolically it is. He's in a situation where, as the king, people want to get rid of him. It turns out even his own son is trying to kill him at several points in time, but he says, I know that there are people out there who talk nice to me to my face and then curse me to my back. Well, I got people like that too. I'm sure you do. Oh, we like to think that we don't have anybody like that, but people are people. They're not going to kill me like David suggests here that they might do, but they do want to, I don't know, set me in my place perhaps. Sometimes I speak out when I should maybe be a little more quiet. Sometimes I represent something that somebody may not want to be associated with. It's not that I'm trying to irritate people, though my wife says sometimes that my life's ministry to her is to annoy her. I, I don't know if you've ever annoyed your spouse, but I'm not quite sure what she's saying, except that we have fun together. But this is much more serious than that. And some of you today really do think some people, they're a person or this group of people are out to get you. I was talking to someone who has some kids entering high school, and I thought, man, those years can be brutal, particularly for girls. Oh, the cliques that form and the things that are said. And now with social media, gosh, you can hide. You can say anything you want to. You don't have to face the person. And you can lie like crazy. It doesn't matter. And the more that the person responds, the more, quote, fun it is to keep it up, I guess. Uh, you know, people are people, and you and I are. And we get our feelings hurt. We get our day gets some depressing if we have to be around these folks on a regular basis. Now, I'm fortunate. I don't work with anybody like that. Um, but some people do. Maybe you do, or maybe you did. And in those moments when things get tense and well, just downright disgusting, what do you do? Where do you focus? You can't get even. You can't get even with a gossiper. Heck, by the time you stop one stream of gossip, there are 10 or 15 more that have already taken off. Uh, I remember an attorney told me one time that you gotta outthink the person. And I said, I can't think that way. He said, well, you gotta remember, for every tale that's being told, she's got 5 or 6 of them already working on. I said, I just can't think that way. But some people do. And I guess they enjoy it. I don't know why they do things like that. But I do know what the solution to those things are. So if you're struggling with somebody putting you down or being around folks who talk about you behind your back, there is a solution, and the solution comes right here in this psalm, and it comes from David. I'll read it again. First verse. I wait quietly before God, for my victory comes from him. Verse 2. He alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress, where I will never be shaken. And then we go down to verse 5, and it says, let all that I am wait quietly before God, for my hope is in him. And then verse 6, he alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress, where I shall not be shaken. You see, in the discussion of these folks who are trying to make your life miserable, before and after, sort of bracketing around that thought is a different thought. And that thought is quietly waiting before God. Now, I know waiting is hard. It's hard for me. I'm sure it's hard for others. Now, there's some who are exceedingly patient. I'm patient, but I'm not one of those who is exceedingly patient. If I want something done, I want it done now, if there's any way to do it that way. But we have to wait. You see, God is the one who is over control of all of these things. If you're feeling discouraged because your spouse put you down, or you've just broken up with a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or your kids said some nasty words to you, or someone at work made your life miserable, or you're retired and you're feeling miserable because there's nobody to talk to, even though there are thousands to talk to. Well, the solution is to first wait before God quietly, patiently. Why? Because he will, as it says, he is, and he alone is my rock and my salvation, a fortress that can never be shaken. When we put ourselves in the hands of the Master and keep our hands there, don't pull them back. When we do that, we can be assured that he's working it out. Maybe taking longer than we choose, but he's working it out. And he is for you. He was for David. He is for me. And he will be for anyone who chooses to walk with him. Well, you think about that. Hope you have a great day. Here we are in the middle of the week. Hope you've had a good beginning, and we hope we'll have a good ending to this week. Thank you so much for listening. If you have a need or a concern, let us know. We'll do whatever we can as fast as we can to help meet your need. Thanks so much. God bless you. I'll be back tomorrow with another thought.